Welcome, everyone. If you're aiming to enhance your English speaking and listening skills, you've landed in the right place. Podcasts like ours offer authentic conversations in real-life scenarios, making them ideal for language learners. Robin, what makes podcasts particularly effective for improving English?
Great question. Listening to native speakers in podcasts exposes learners to natural speech patterns, everyday vocabulary, and real-world idioms. It's like immersing yourself in an English-speaking environment, even if you're thousands of miles away.
That's a fantastic analogy. Just like living in an English-speaking city, you pick up on subtle nuances and commonly used phrases. Plus, our discussions are paced naturally, no robotic textbook dialogues here.
Exactly. And by hearing how words are pronounced and sentences are structured, listeners can gradually improve both their understanding and their own speaking fluency. It's a dynamic way to accelerate learning.
Let's transition into listening skills. Many learners struggle to follow English at a natural pace. How can podcasts help bridge that gap, Robin?
Podcasts provide exposure to genuine speech, complete with intonation, filler words, and varying speeds. Over time, your ears adapt to these patterns, much like training for a marathon, by gradually increasing your running distance.
I love that comparison. It's not about sprinting to comprehension, but building endurance. Are there strategies listeners can use to get the most out of each episode?
Absolutely. Pausing to repeat sections, noting down unfamiliar words, and even shadowing where you mimic the speaker can vastly improve comprehension and pronunciation.
Moving on, one challenge for learners is using natural-sounding English. How do podcasts help with vocabulary and idioms, Robin?
Podcasts are a goldmine for hearing how words and phrases are used in context. For example, you might hear "break the ice" in a conversation, which simply means to start talking in a social setting to ease tension.
That's true. Hearing idioms in action makes them easier to remember and use. I've noticed listeners often start incorporating these phrases into their own speech after regular podcast exposure.
And because we use them in a variety of topics, learners can see how flexible English can be. This helps them sound more natural and less like they're reading from a script.
Let's pivot to today's main theme, the Internet. Robin, it's hard to overstate how much the Internet has changed information access. Could you elaborate on its impact?
Absolutely. The Internet has democratized information. In the past, accessing quality resources meant visiting libraries or buying books. Now, a few clicks open up a world of knowledge in any topic, anytime.
It's almost like having the world's largest library in your pocket. From research papers to DIY tutorials, the breadth is staggering.
And it's not just quantity, it's the speed. Real-time updates mean you aren't stuck with outdated information. For example, during health crises, accurate updates can save lives.
Let's talk about communication. The Internet has truly made the world smaller. How do tools like email and video calls change our interactions?
Digital communication has erased geographical boundaries. Families, friends, and colleagues connect instantly, regardless of location. Pre-Internet, international calls were expensive and rare now. Video chatting is routine.
And social media platforms let us share our lives with a global audience. It's fascinating how online communities can form around any interest, from science fiction to knitting.
Indeed, these platforms support collaboration and cultural exchange. For language learners, this means practicing with native speakers or joining discussion groups anytime, anywhere.
Now, let's shift to e-commerce. Shopping habits have changed dramatically. Robin, can you break down this transformation?
Certainly. E-commerce allows consumers to browse, compare, and purchase products worldwide without leaving their homes. In 2023, global online retail sales surpassed 5.7 trillion, a clear sign of this shift.
That's astounding. And for small businesses, digital marketplaces level the playing field. They can reach customers far beyond their local area.
Exactly. The convenience is unparalleled. Don't-click purchases, real-time tracking, and even virtual try-ons for clothes. It's a new era of retail.
Let's discuss education. The internet has made learning more accessible. Robin, what are some standout advantages?
Online courses break down barriers of location and cost. Whether you're a teenager in Brazil or a retiree in India, you can access lectures from top universities for free or affordable prices.
Platforms like Coursera and Khan Academy open doors for millions. It's not just formal. Education's self-paced learning allows people to pick up any skill, from coding to painting.
And during the pandemic, remote learning kept education going for billions of students. This adaptability is crucial in a rapidly changing world.
On the topic of work, remote opportunities have surged. Robin, how has the internet enabled this shift?
The rise of cloud computing, project management tools, and instant messaging means teams can collaborate seamlessly across continents. In fact, a 2022 survey found 58% of workers globally had worked remotely at least part-time.
And it's not just for tech companies. Fields like design, education, and consulting benefit too. This flexibility is transforming work-life balance for millions.
Plus, companies gain access to a global talent pool, while employees enjoy reduced commuting time and a better quality of life.
While the internet brings many benefits, it also has its downsides. Robin, what should listeners be wary of?
Security is a major concern. With so much personal data online, cybercrime is on the rise. Phishing, hacking, and identity theft are real threats. For instance, in 2022, cyber attacks cost businesses over $6 trillion globally.
That's staggering. Privacy is another issue. Many people don't realize how much of their information is collected and shared without consent.
And social challenges, like cyberbullying and internet addiction, can have significant emotional and mental health impacts, especially among younger users.
Switching gears, let's talk grammar. Robin, do you think perfect grammar is essential for fluent English communication?
That's a nuanced question. While good grammar enhances clarity, effective communication is more about conveying ideas clearly. Many native speakers make occasional mistakes, but context helps listeners understand.
So it's not about perfection, but about being understood. However, in formal settings like job interviews, grammar can influence first impressions.
True, and it's important to strive for improvement, but also to be patient with yourself. Language is a tool, not a test of intelligence.
Finally, let's emphasize vocabulary. Why is knowing a wide range of words so crucial, Robin?
A broad vocabulary unlocks your ability to express ideas precisely. For example, words like acknowledge or drawbacks add nuance, making your speech more engaging and accurate.
And learning words in context, like through podcasts, helps you remember them and use them naturally. It's not just about memorization, but about application.
Exactly. Try to use new words in everyday conversations, and over time, your speaking and comprehension skills will expand dramatically.
To wrap up, Robin, what final advice would you give to listeners aiming to improve their English through podcasts and the internet?
Stay curious and consistent. Make podcasts part of your daily routine. Actively engage with new vocabulary, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every effort brings you closer to fluency.
That's inspiring. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. Thank you for joining us. We hope these insights motivate you to keep progressing on your English learning path.
Thank you, everyone. Keep listening, keep practicing, and soon you'll see remarkable improvements in your English skills. See you in the next episode.